The last time we talked to you about that remarkable national security meeting that Putin had just as the war is being launched, he also delivers a speech that day about what he called the special military operation, known as the Empire of Lies speech. And it's sort of remarkable looking back at it, how much of it is about America and is about the West when he's talking about invading Ukraine. What do you take from his focus on the United States in that speech?
His focus in that speech is mainly the U.S., it's NATO, it's not Ukraine. You come away from that speech thinking that Ukraine is just a proxy battlefield. And in the months ahead of that speech, and as the war continues to play out, Russian state TV, Kremlin state TV, picks up that line and runs with it, not just the Empire of Lies line, but the fact that Russia isn't fighting Ukraine. Russia's fighting US and NATO forces in Ukraine, that Ukraine is just a puppet of the US and NATO. And the war is really, Ukraine has nothing to do with anything, that this war is really a war between Moscow and Washington and Moscow and Brussels.
That's sort of amazing that he sees it as a conflict with the United States.
Actually, can I add something else?
Yeah, please.
And in his most recent speech, ordering the partial mobilization of the Russian population, the speech in which he calls up 300,000 men with some military experience on September 21st, 2022, a speech he makes because the Russian military is losing in Ukraine so badly. It's losing so much territory to the Ukrainian military. What he says is, actually, we're having great success in the back rooms, in the corridors, around the conference tables of the negotiations with our Ukrainian counterparts. We've reached a negotiated settlement with our Ukrainian partners, but it is the Americans, their American puppet masters, who have told them, no, rip up all these negotiations, rip up these settlements, we will not take this, you have to keep fighting. And this is the pretext he gives in the speech on September 25th, announcing the mobilization that is the pretext for pushing further ahead with this war instead of seeking to sue for peace.
Does he believe that he's at war with the United States?
I think he does believe that he's at war with the United States. And I think the U.S. believes that we're at war with Russia here too, right? I think everybody here understands, I think all sides understand what is at stake in this conflict, right? And what's at stake is not allowing Russia to swallow up more of Ukraine, not allowing Russia to topple the rules-based international order that has been in place in Europe since the end of World War II, which is a regime that Putin has been seeking to topple. And who is the guarantor of that order? It is the U.S. He has spoken about it openly. He spoke about it at Munich in 2007. He has been speaking about it pretty much his entire presidency. And so I would say that he does probably believe that he is fighting the U.S. On the ground in Ukraine. Of course, his soldiers are fighting U.S. missiles, U.S.